Now, our topic for the whole year has been the Lord's Prayer. And today we forgive those who trespass against us, as we forgive those who trespass against us. The whole thing, forgiveness of others and ask others to help us and forgive us. Now, let's get started on the most obvious thing in the world. The human race does not get along well with each other. No matter where you go, you will be finding people, unfortunately, trespassing or hurting others, and others will help hurt them. And something wrong, because even if you watch the animal kingdom, they fight with each other. I wonder, somehow or other, when Adam and Eve fell, not only did the people get mixed up, but it looks like the animals got mixed up too. So if you have two dogs in the neighborhood, they might be snarling and growling with each other, and the dogs are chasing the cats. And if you look around, you'll see most things don't get along, different species. There are creatures that somehow or other seem to get outside of that, and probably not permanently. I was visiting the city of North Dakota, the big city there, Bismarck. And I had an afternoon, I didn't have anything to do, and I saw a sign that said, the Bismarck Zoo. Well, why not? I enjoy a zoo, I like to look at animals. So I went down, and this was a very remarkable zoo, surrounded by a high fence, and the animals were all together. They had chosen animals, deer and antelope and raccoons, and they all got along with each other. They didn't fight. But then there was a big sign that said, Clyde. So I said, well, who is Clyde? And as I was walking along outside the fence, I came along to a great big, long-haired camel. I never saw one before, a Siberian camel. And I looked at him and I said, you must be Clyde. And he spit at me and moved his head to the side, and there was a sign behind it that said, Clyde, this way. It wasn't him. And so I went through the woods. And here was a huge cage, biggest cage I ever saw, and inside was a huge black Alaskan bear, a huge thing. If he stood on his back legs, he could be 10 feet high. He weighed almost 1,500 pounds. It's the largest mammal, an Alaskan giant bear. And this was Clyde. So I went up, and he was obviously a cub. He was about 2 years old, and he practically smiled at me. And I didn't have anything with me but chlorets. So he put out his tongue, about 7 inches long, and I dropped a chloret, and he was delighted. And he put his back up to the back of the bars for me to scratch his back. Well, the next day, of course, I came back with Hershey bars at various things. And what a great friend I had. But you know, I was not tempted to get inside the cage. I would think from his way that he would have been friendly, but not too gentle. That's how we look at life. Sometimes things are very gentle, very tame, very easy to get along. And other times it can be quite difficult.